That's a weird little choke point there, too. Mountain range, and then a lake. Boy, is that a pain in the neck to work around. Okay, so good morning, everyone. I'm Dave. Welcome back to the wee hours where I suffer from periodic bouts of insomnia and play games to pass the time. Welcome back to the Civilization 6 Rise and Fall Race to the Future Challenge, where we have clicked on Future Tech and Future Civic, and that is the only choices we will make in this game in terms of our technology and our civics. Pretty good, decent start in the last episode. We've got two cities set up. We've got our capital city of Sterling up here, currently producing a granary, and we've got a builder going over there too, and sent him over to get this camp going on the cattle resource. And we've got our second city of Edinburgh down here, currently building a monument because there's not much else for them to build. The tech tree has taken a slightly interesting turn in that we are now researching horseback riding, which is a little above our pay grade in terms of what kind of science output we have. And this is turning out at the beginning of this game to be the more challenging part of the challenge. Not so much what we're researching, but how long it's going to take us to do it, because we're going to start to research things that are a little above the era that we're in, and we don't have the science to back that up. But let's deal with more immediate concerns like these barbarian scouts who are down here that my two warriors have an eye on. This archer can start heading off in this direction. I am mildly concerned that Tamar of Georgia, who we met in the last episode, has some military up here. That leads me to believe she's got to be down in this neck of the woods somewhere. We've got Non-Madal over here, and we sent our governor Amani over there, who is excellent with city-states, to kind of wrangle Non-Madal under our supervision. I would be totally okay if we just completely occupied this section of the map and it was totally under our control. But our next settler, I want to look at putting, well, basically right where this archer is, to be honest. It's a pretty decent spot. It'll be close enough to our main city to influence loyalty points. We'll get some loyalty swinging over there, so I won't be super worried about, oh, yeah, the scout took a shot and the scout is dead. Fantastic. So I won't be too worried about losing loyalty if the city is that close, because the ultimate goal is to get a settler up here, where not only is there a ton of really good resources, but there is also the Galapagos Islands, which would be a great science boost. That would be a fantastic science boost. So that's the short-term goal right now. That's the short-term goal, is city over here and then city up here. Ultimately, the final choice will be made on what technology and civic we're going to get after horseback riding and state workforce. So who needs some orders? The warriors. Well, you have dealt with the barbarian scout issue, so why don't you just swing back into the city and you guys can start healing up. Now, my warrior and my archer, who are kind of my barbarian clear-out team, can come down here. I want to use you folks as temporary scouts while I try and figure out where Tamar of Georgia is. You, builder, can actually finally move on to this camp and get that built. And building that pasture has, oh, fantastic, boosted our knowledge of horseback riding. Good, because that was taking forever, so that's bumped that down to 10 turns. Still not a small amount of time. Oh, we found Mount Everest. Yay! Yay! Where does that live? Where does that live? Where did we find that? That was one of the scouts over here, right? Okay, super. Well, what does Mount Everest do for a living? Yeah, give me Mount Everest. I want to learn what it does. 3-tile impassable natural wonder. Okay, so it's taken up 3 tiles. It appears as a mountain. Yup, not super surprised by that, Civ 6. Not super surprised. It does actually say Mount Everest, much like Crater Lake that we discovered in the last episode that appears as a lake. +1 faith to adjacent tiles. Good, and we're not discounting faith. We do want to get some faith points ticking along so we can spend those on great people way down the road, but not my highest priority natural wonder. I'd much rather get the Galapagos up here. Okay, let's keep things moving along here. Who needs orders? Archers. Start coming down here. And we got an era score for discovering Mount Everest. Love the scouts discovering natural wonders. Just very, very easy era score points in Rise and Fall. And we're not we're not that shy of a golden age. We have 19 era score points. We only need 24 to get to a golden age. So, Scout, if you wanted to maybe grab some more natural wonders while you were out and about, I'd be 100% okay with that. If you wanted to go discover some things, maybe I should get another Scout going and see if we can double up on that. Okay, Warrior, just fortify there. And Builder, do you have anything left you can build? Not really. We haven't researched irrigation, and I'm not 100% sure we're going to. I think we've actually bypassed it at this point. I am, as I said in the last episode, I'm kind of holding back right at the moment from checking the tech tree constantly to see what we are and are not going to be researching, because I haven't test driven this. I do want it to be a bit of a surprise, but I'm not saying I'm not going to do that at some point. I'm just saying I'm not doing it right now. And I am pretty sure, given my knowledge of Civ 6, we've blown right past irrigation. I think we're done with that. I don't think we're ever getting that. But we could go build a farm. That's not nothing. A little bit of a housing boost and a little bit of a food boost. That would be okay. Edinburgh is done with the monument. There's not really much else to be building. Although I think now that Stirling is done with that camp, we could finally look at doing the Temple of Artemis. So, Edinburgh, why don't you just build a granary? That's no bad thing. You can have a little more housing. That's good. Warrior, you can set up camp right there. Heal up and defend the city, please. And I really want to focus on the archer and warrior combo that's down here. Okay, that's Babylon's warriors. That's a weird little choke point there, too. Mountain range, and then a lake. Boy, is that a pain in the neck to work around. Okay, start coming down here. Again, I'm just going to use you as temporary scouts. Oh, that opened up a huge chunk of the map. Thank you, archers. Thank you. Ah, there they are. There's Georgia right there. That's Georgia, right? Yeah, that's totally Georgia. That's Tbilisi. Okay, so Georgia are relatively close. Not super close, but relatively close. That kind of makes me rethink how I'm going to work the settler angle. Yeah, you can build a farm there. I believe that is your last charge, and you now disappear into the ether of space. Yep, bye-bye. So we got the camp, though. That's good. That's good. All right, I'm going to kind of rethinking how we're going to dump settlers. Oh, what did we do? The rulers of Non-Madal bow to Scotland, who became their first suzerain. +2 era score. That's pretty decent. But, more importantly, bringing Non-Madal under my influence, which is what I want. Because if Georgia's down here, and they get any inkling that they're going to start coming up into my part of the world, Non-Madal can be a pretty good speed bump on the way. But I think I need to rethink where I'm putting my settlers. I don't want to put them down here, because all of those mountains are just dead space. Those are dead tiles. I mean, it's great defensively if Georgia gets all fighty with me in the future, because it's a great little choke point that they'd have to work through. But that's all just dead tiles. There's nothing I can do with any of those. So I'm going to have a think about that as we're playing along here. Who needs orders? The archers? Yeah, just kind of keep coming down here. I want to sort of flesh out exactly where Georgia is. Oh, my scout's working his way down here too. Good, yeah, you're on auto-scouting. Okay, archers, you can peel back then. We can enhance our powers of governance and promote one of our existing governors. Super. Or we can appoint a new governor. Ah, interesting. Yes. Ah, what do I do with that? Do I bump up Amani, or do I bring in another governor? I don't think I need another governor in either of my two cities right now. I think the loyalty's going to be fine. I do, ultimately, whatever city is going to be closest to my competition, I probably want to put Victor in, the fighty, warlike governor. But let's see what we can do with Amani right at the moment. What is your promotion abilities? Because you're super good with city-states. Emissary, other cities within 9 tiles and not owned by you gain +2 loyalty towards your civilization. Well, that's good. Non-Madal is kind of on an outpost right now. It's on the outlying region of my civilization. So if we could kind of push some loyalty further out into the world, especially if Georgia's going to start creeping up there, That would be a good thing. Or prestige, your other cities within 9 tiles gain +2 loyalty per turn towards your civilization. So I can affect other cities or I can affect my cities. That's a 50-50. There's a coin flip right there. I like both of those, in fact. I think I'm going to push my loyalty out. Let's influence the rest of the world. I'm broadly comfortable with the loyalty within my city, especially the way I'm packing them in. I think we're going to be okay for loyalty with us. Let's push our loyalty out. Let's influence the world. And we have research state workforce, which is great because now we can get the government plaza, a very handy building. Does that unlock any cool stuff? Conscription. Oh, it does, actually. Unit maintenance reduced by 1 gold per turn. That is very good. I don't know if I need that right now, but I want that really soon. Because right now we're doing the +7 strength or +5 strength against barbarians, and barbarians are our current issue. So I'm going to keep that. And Corvée, +15% protection towards ancient and classical wonders. Oh, if we do the Temple of Artemis, that would be super handy right now. That would be super, super handy. Right now we're doing, let's look at it. Right now we're doing God King, +1 faith and +1 gold. Neither of those are bad. And +5 unit combat strength when fighting barbarians. But both of those 2 new ones are really good. We could be making a little more gold, or more importantly, saving a little more gold, and we could get the Temple of Artemis built faster. I'm going to keep it as is right now. But we may change that up the next time we get something opened up. And we're already on to, yes, I know, we can put our government plaza up. That's delightful. We just talked about that. Now we're on to drama and poetry already, which is good. That's no bad thing. +2 great writer points per turn. Well, we don't have a wild card spot yet. That's going to be a limiting factor. What governments are we going to end up getting, if any? I don't know what path it's going to take in terms of what new governments, because we're kind of stuck on chiefdom right now. I usually just make a beeline for Merchant Republic when I'm playing Civ, but I don't have that option. We can't make that choice. We can build the amphitheater, and of course we can make the theater square with drama and poetry. We're almost done with horseback riding. 5 turns, we will figure out how horses work. Super. Okay, got some barbarian settlers coming up out of nowhere, and, more importantly, a Georgian settler. This is what I thought. I think they're making a play for this part of the world. However, this appears to be the bottom of the map here. So, I'm not as concerned. If they grab something in here, it's a lot of desert, for one thing. They'll be right next to Non-Modal, which is going to be my speed bump for military campaigns. They're going to have to go through Non-Modal, and I will make Non-Modal 100% under my control, just for the defensive aspect of it. But I want to see if my archers can take out this barbarian settler before he forms a barbarian camp, because that's just going to be fussy. Why can we not make the Temple of Artemis? Must be adjacent to a camp owned by the city. I have a pasture. Not a camp. I have a pasture. Oh, that's frustrating. That's frustrating. I really wanted to focus on the Temple of Artemis. It's not a bad wonder, and it's the only wonder we got right now. I don't want to put the government plaza in here because we don't need the loyalty boost in our capital city. If I was going to put it anywhere right now, I'd put it in Edinburgh. They're going to take quite a while to build that granary, though. Is there anything... There's no camps we can put down there. Oh, that's a little frustrating. I kind of wanted the Temple of Artemis. Do the truffles count as a camp? I don't know. I don't want to buy that tile and find out they don't. Okay, well, what could you be doing? Why don't you... you know what? Build a monument. It's +1 culture. Sure. Why not? +1 culture is better than not +1 culture. Yeah, Sterling needs more amenities. I have no ability to help you with that. No ability. Non-Modal, you want to chip in on the getting rid of the barbarian scout thing? The barbarian settler, rather? Do you want to help out with that? You are under our influence right now. Hey, you're running away from a scout. Excuse me, a settler. You're running away from a settler. You're useless, non-Madal. You are totally going to be a speed bump when Georgia starts to get all fighty with me. Somebody has completed the Hanging Gardens. Oh, these other civs are just cranking out the wonders. That is going to be a huge limiting factor. Oh, I usually go for a culture victory, but I don't know if we're going to be able to manage that with this. Who needs orders? The archer. There he is. There he is. 2 settlers down here, one of them Georgian, one of them barbarian. I would actually rather take out the Georgian one, to be brutally honest. But there it is. Unmet city-state has been defeated. Well, I'd say nice to know you, but we never knew you. We have finally finished horseback riding. We figured out how horses work, and it got us +1 era score. Good. Where are we at with Golden Age? We are actually only 2 points away from a Golden Age. That's not bad. We might be able to swing that. Roads have been upgraded. And what are we on to now? Masonry. Okay, good. Good, that's a solid tech. That's a good solid tech. What does that? A battering ram that unlocks and allows the harvesting of stone. Good. That's handy. And of course we'll get ancient walls. Not really going to be able to build the pyramids because we don't have any desert in our area, although we're not far from it. Edinburgh could poke its nose into the desert and build the pyramids. I mean, it's not the best wonder in the world. It's not the worst either, though. All builders getting 1 extra improvement. I mean, that's great, because basically for every 3 builders you get, you're essentially getting a free builder. But we'll have a think about the pyramids. I really kind of wanted the Temple of Artemis more, but that doesn't seem like that's going to be realistic right now. Archer, did you ever find that? Yes, you finally got in touch with the barbarian settler here, but you can't. Why can you not make a shot on him? Why can you not make a shot? Oh, because you just captured them, and I got a free settler. Right, of course, you don't kill settlers, you capture settlers. I just got a free settler, kids. That's awesome. Aha! So, that's where Georgia's going to hang out. Yeah, okay. Yes, we are heading into a new era, a new age, advisor. Thank you. We're pretty close to a golden age. We might be able to swing that. All right, well, that's where Georgia is going to hang out. You know what? Good. That's fine. That's totally fine. You can live on this garbage part of the map down here. You got a little bit of amber over here. You got some crabs over here. That's about it, Georgia. So I'm okay with that, and we'll have non-Madal. Non-Madal will be hopefully blocking your progress unless they come around here. Unless they come around here and start setting up shop over there. We'd have the desert between us and them, which doesn't mean anything. It just means it's a garbage area to build in. So they'd have a good area, we'd have a good area. Nobody's probably going to build in between it. All right, long story short, let's get our archer moving back up to this direction. And let's get, hopefully there's not going to be any barbarians in our way. And let's just look at the loyalty drain while this map is active. So Georgia's got quite a bit of influence around that area. We're definitely going to keep non-Madal on our side. But they're fine up here. We're not going to have any loyalty decline if we settle up here. And the game is telling me to set up shop over here. I'm not inclined to agree with that. I'd rather get a little farther away from those mountain ranges because, again, that is just dead space. So why don't we actually head for this tile, which will get us in range of a lot of resources. Are we ever going to use those resources? I don't know. But we may as well get up there, and it's nice, good for clean, fresh water and whatnot, and it'll be away from the mountains. Okay, good. What's your problem, Tamar? My people are too trusting they'll let anyone into their cities, even barbarians. Are you saying I've got a barbarian problem? That's a little offensive, Tamar. You don't just come up and say you've got a barbarian problem. That's not very nice at all. I've dealt with quite a few barbarians, but are you telling me there are barbarians I need to be aware of? No? Okay. Not really sure why you felt the need to butt in like that, Tamar. Sterling is done with whatever you were building, the monument. Not really anything to build. Don't really have anything to be building. Not going to build the government plaza here. No use putting that in the capital city. That's silly. Go ahead and build me a builder? What am I going to do with a builder? I could improve I could put some farms and mines down. I think I'm broadly okay for troops. Although I think when Edinburgh is done with that, I'm going to have them build an archer, maybe. Yeah, go ahead and give me a builder. We may as well do some improvements. Even if we eradicate them later to put other things on, we may as well do it. I'm relieved to see that your empire poses no threat to ours. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that, Tamar? Because I have no problem going for a domination victory. I don't think it's realistic, but I have no problem doing it. Oh dear. The scouts have a problem up here, though. What? You have a barbarian horse archer. Dang. That's hardcore. Okay. Well, we are gonna need some troops, because we're gonna need to send a barbarian clear-out crew up in this direction. For right now, Scout, can you actually run in the opposite way? Yeah, try and run away. You might end up getting killed, but I'll learn to cope with that. Unit is available. Okay, the Scout is available for promotion, and we've discovered a new continent. America. Yay, we discovered America. How about we don't call it India? That would be good. Christopher Columbus, I'm looking in your direction. Yeah, I think this Scout is not looking so hot. I would love to promote you, but that means you're going to be stuck there for a turn and you'll die. So try and... Oh, found the camp. Yeah, that Scout is doomed. That Scout is totally doomed. Sorry, Scout. Sorry. You found a lot of stuff. You found Mount Everest before you died. You'll go down in the history books or something. Yes, unit has been killed. Absolutely, a unit has been killed. I watched it happen. And we have researched masonry, which is excellent. We can get some walls going, which is good. And now we're on to writing. Oh, good. Oh, thank goodness. I was really concerned we were going to bypass writing. And that just would basically be game ending, because we would be able to get effectively no science at that point. Okay, Edinburgh, you are done with the granary. Do we want to put the government plaza here? Is that the way we want to go with that? Let me just review it again. +8 loyalty per turn to this city, and an increase of +1 to the adjacency bonuses being earned by any adjacent district, and +1 governor title. That's really good. Am I as concerned about loyalty in Edinburgh, considering that our capital city is right next door? Let's just take a look at the old loyalty here. Yeah, we're pushing loyalty back and forth and all around here. I don't know if this is the place I'm concerned about loyalty. I'm more concerned about the city we're going to set up over here. I'm going to hold off on the government plaza. I really want it. It's a great building, and it unlocks some great stuff down the road. But for right now, why don't you start working on an archer? Let's make sure Georgia doesn't get any ideas about this part of the world. And then I want to take a look at Lisbon. I'd like to take a look at Lisbon. The pyramids have opened up. You know what, Edinburgh? If we... 3 turns till border growth. You know what? Is that going to be desert? Is that going to be desert? That is desert. Oh, there's silver on that, though. No, I don't want to get rid of the silver. How much would it be to buy this tile? Only 65? Do it. Now, Edinburgh, can you build the pyramids now? Yeah, you can. And it's +2 culture for that. It's going to take you 47 turns. Ooh, that's rough. That is rough. There's not much I can do to beef that up. I could put a mine down here. That would beef up your production a little bit. Okay, I've got a plan. You know what? Start building the pyramids. Forget the archer for right now. I'm going to need every wonder I can get. Builder, you have a change of plans. You're going to start coming down here, and you're going to start improving Edinburgh. Archer, you can hang out right there with that warrior, because that settler is almost where I want him to be. And Sterling, you can start making an archer. You'll make it faster anyway, and you can send that down to Edinburgh and beef up that town. We have finished drama and poetry, unlocking the theater square, and got an era score for that, which is, +2 era score. I think we're going into a golden age. Yep, 24 out of 24. We are going to go into a golden age in Rise and Fall. So Excellent. Perfect. That will be great. That will be a big boost to the next part of this game. Archer, you can hang out right there. And Settler, you finally got where I want you to get. Now, am I happy with this location? What do we got here? Deer, rice, wheat. A lot of good food things here. That's going to be a good boost to that. And I would be okay if this city grew pretty quickly. We did take our Pantheon bonus, if you will, into rapid expansion of the city. So we gain tiles faster. Even if there's nothing to put in them, we're at least getting the tiles. Bananas. Yeah, this is going to end up being a very big city in terms of population because we're going to have a lot of food. A lot of food. A little bit of gypsum down there. That's no bad thing. Yeah, take it. City number 3, Cullen. There we go. Builder, can you... Is Deer a camp? I'm still on the Temple of Artemis thing. Is Deer a camp? Cullen, can you just buy a builder? Do we have enough? No, don't have quite enough to buy you a builder. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We'll learn to cope with that. You can right now... Oh, you can build all sorts of things. I wonder if you should build the government plaza now. That wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. You've got plenty of housing right now. There's no problem with that. I don't need to get on a granary or anything super quickly. Start building the government plaza. You know what? Do it. Throw that down over there. That's a decent spot for that. And then in terms of adjacency bonuses, I could slide something in here, here. Could look at maybe if we get it. And I'm not really sure we are. I think we've broadly bypassed a lot of the sailing and boating things. I don't think we're going down that route at all. And I'm not going to check the tech tree to determine that. You folks at home can do this for yourself and figure out what I am and am not missing. I would like this to be as much a surprise to me as it can. But I am pretty sure, based on my knowledge of Civ, we've completely blown off the boating and sailing things. So we may never get a harbor. But that would be a good spot for a harbor if we ever got one. If we ever get that, that'd be neat. Yep, we got an era score. What's your deal? Open borders, and you'll give me 1 gold for 30 turns? Sure. Sure, why not? I'll take the money. Just don't think I'm just letting you slide in and out of my city, Tamar. Just don't think that's happening. Now, we still have a barbarian camp up there to deal with, and we are in a golden age. Yes, which of our accomplishments would we like to commemorate in our history? Good question. Good question. Yes, we are entering a golden age, advisor. I've got some things going on here. I'm a little busy, advisor. We've just researched writing. Super good. We've got a trade route that needs to be redirected here. You know what? Non-modal is still perfectly good. +4 gold, +1 culture. Yeah, just keep going back to non-modal. And Golden Age dedication. Yes, each of our citizens will now exert 1.5 loyalty pressure in their city. No bad thing at all. What are we going to do for a dedication? Free inquiry. Eureka's provide an additional 10% of technology costs, commercial hub, and harbor districts. Gold adjacency bonus provides science. So basically, science-y things. Pen, brush, and voice, same thing, but culture. Monumentality, +2 movement for all builders. May purchase civilian units with faith. We don't have a lot of faith right now, and I think much like the harbor, I think we've bypassed holy sites, which kind of messes up my plans for end game purchasing great people kind of thing, but we'll see how it goes. So I don't know if monumentality is the best one, although builders and settlers are 30% cheaper with faith and gold. We could just get settlers and builders cheaper. I actually don't hate that now. Exodus the Evangelist, that's largely faith-based, right? Yeah, missionaries, apostles, and inquisitors get +2 movement. Newly trained one gets +2 charges and +4 great profit points. Not really going to apply to us. So let's just take that one off the table. I'm also probably going to take pen, brush, and voice off the table. Now, free inquiry, we get a fair number of boosts. You know, lots of things that you do give us a tech boost. So getting an extra 10% boost would not be bad. I think at this point in the game, and I could go either way. I could go free inquiry or I could go monumentality, but having builders and settlers 30% cheaper when we're trying to do a fairly rapid expansion here is good. And +2 movement. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. That may not have been the right move, but I think it's the right move right now, I believe. Propelled our civilization into a golden age. Our civilization will be stronger and more loyal than ever. Super. Thank you, advisor. Let's actually see if we can get something done around here then. Okay, Tamar has already built the Temple of Artemis. Tamar, I don't like you. I don't like you. I'm not threatened by you right now. Boy, they're expanding quickly over there. They already got into that amber. They just put that city down. I'm not threatened by you right now, but I kind of had my eye on the Temple of Artemis, and, you built that. You built that, so not cool. I'm just saying, not cool. But I'll keep our eyes on you. So we are now researching, after finishing writing, construction. That's going to take us 27 turns, and it's not even really that valuable. Terracotta Army, woot. Yay. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not great. Siege Tower. Well, if Tamar keeps annoying me, that might come into play. But apart from that, way more important, political philosophy. Okay, thank goodness. Because at least we're going to get a different government. We can go for, one of these 3 governments, autocracy, oligarchy, or classical republic. Good. At least we will not be stuck in chiefdom for much longer. 3 turns until we get that. So good. I'm glad it's pathing down that route. Builder, what was my plan for you? Oh, you were going to work with this area down here. Yeah. Why don't you go over here and do that cattle farm there, and then we'll figure out what else we can do with you. Not much. Are we just not getting irrigation? I don't think we're getting irrigation. That's a big problem. That's a big, big problem. Irrigation is kind of vitally important to, the entire game. So, yeah, go ahead and build that. That'll give us +1 production and a little bit of housing. Good. +1 production is good because we want to get the pyramids built. I think a lot of civs are going to beat us to wonders. Is there anywhere? There is a set of hills here. We could throw down some mines. That would be helpful. That would be helpful. Or can we get into this silver down here? Do we have the tech to do that? Poundmaker! I love your jacket, Poundmaker. I am going to go out on a limb and say you are the best dressed representative of a civilization in Civ 6. You look stunning, sir. Absolutely stunning. It is an honor to meet you. Come and see where my people live and show us where you call home. Well, it's kind of up here by Crater Lake, largely. Yes, exchanging information on our capitals is a great idea. Where are you? Where do you live? And we got an era score for meeting a new civ. Everyone needs more housing. Everyone needs more amenities. I have no ability to deal with that. Yes, we've met a new civ, and we know that Tamar did the Temple of Artemis because she's a not very nice person who beat us to something that I wanted. The archer is done. Good. You can just hang out. Campus. It's got to be campus. We've got to get some more science going on here. Is there anywhere that'll give us a boost? We can get a +1 up here, and that's just a 2 food tile. Yeah, put it up there. Little +1 won't hurt. Thank you. Builder, no archer. Just hang out. That's fine. You can hang out right there. Broadly looking in Tamar's direction. I just want her to be aware that we have troops, and I'm not afraid to use them. Oh, we can get in here and get this silver. Good. Get that. Get that, please. Yes. That should be, well, hopefully a production. Might be a gold. I'm not 100% sure. We'll find out next turn. Political philosophy. Thank goodness. Yes. Please let me unlock a government. Specifically, now there's a thing. There's a thing. Every Civ 6 game, I have immediately said Classical Republic because of the great person points. However, is that the right move for this challenge? I mean, it still would give me all cities with district receive +1 housing and +1 amenity, and we need amenities. We need amenities badly. However, autocracy +1 to all yields for each government building and palace in a city. See, they've got +10 production towards wonders, and we're falling behind badly on wonders. I'm just going to take oligarchy completely off the table. 20% unit experience is fantastic, but we're not at war. I think it's still going to be Classical Republic, except my choice is based on the amenity issue rather than the great person points. I always go for the great person points. However, it's more about the amenities. We need amenities, and we can't make them quickly enough. So yes, I'm going to take Classical Republic, and let me sort out what I want to put in here. Okay, here's how I've mapped this out. I'm keeping God King, not so much for the faith and gold anymore, but largely because there's nothing else I want in the economic policies. I put down Corvée, 15% production towards ancient and classical wonders, because again, we're falling behind on wonders, and if we can crank a few more of those out, that would be great. And again, much like God King, there's nothing much in the economic policies that I really want. 30% production towards builders, reduces the cost of purchasing a tile. We're already expanding quickly anyway. Plus 2 gold from trade routes. I only have 1 trade route. And 50% production towards settlers. That's very good, but, I can live without it. So I think, given the limited selection, these are the 2 most valuable ones I can put in economic policies. Diplomatic policies is always going to be charismatic leader. I pretty much slap that in immediately and run that to the end of the game. Plus 2 influence points towards earning city-state envoys. So that just pretty much stays in there until the last move of the game because it's so valuable. And wildcard policies, I brought down urban planning from economic because plus 1 production in all cities. If we can get things built a little bit faster, that's a good thing. I thought about doing conscription. Unit maintenance reduced by 1 gold because we do have a few troops, and that would be a good savings. I thought about bringing that down into the wild card spot, but right now I'm going to go with let's just get some things built faster, and then when we unlock some more stuff, we may shift that around. That wild card policy may move around a little bit more. So let's confirm that. Yep, that's good. And we have changed to a Classical Republic, giving us 2 era score points. Super good. Where are we at now with that? Oh, we need quite a bit to avoid a Dark Age. We've got 27 era score points. We need 43 just to get into a normal age. So we're gonna have to get some things discovered and some things learned. But the builder is on the silver. And what does that actually give me? That will give me, plus 1 production. Excellent, good. That's exactly what I needed. And that has boosted our knowledge of the wheel. Okay. Not quite sure how a silver mine boosts my knowledge of the wheel, but then, I have a limited understanding of history. I know how stirrups influenced banking, but I don't know how mining influences the wheel. Please feel free to fill me in if you want to. Poundmaker, you also want open borders, and you'll give me 1 gold. Everyone's giving me 1 gold a turn just to check out my land. That's cool. Poundmaker, where actually are you? Where are you? Where is your... we haven't exchanged information on your capital city. Can I send you an emissary and kind of find out what your deal is? I'm going to send you a delegation, That's what I mean. Will you accept my delegation? Welcome to our council fires. Good. What's your thing? What's your agenda? Iron Confederacy tries to form multiple alliance and respects those who do likewise. Well, you and I will get along just fine. I have no problem forming an alliance with you, Poundmaker. No problem at all. You got any good stuff? You have 2 horses. I'm not sold on that right now. Yeah, never mind. I thought you might have more cool things. So now that you're done with the silver mine, why don't we... Edinburgh, what's your food situation like? Yeah, okay. Plus 3 food. You're content. Okay. I really need some more amenities. Why don't you go over to that wheat? No, builder. Give me the builder, please. Go over to the wheat. See what you can do with that. Warrior, you don't have any upgrades or anything, right? No? Okay, just be on alert. And we had kind of touched on this in the last episode. My thought, and the person who suggested this challenge in the first place, the concept is that the one thing we're going to lose a lot of is a lot of military stuff. We may end up with a very weak military by the time we get to the end of this, or even mid-game. Okay, build a farm on that wheat. That's fine. And that boosts our knowledge of irrigation. That's a much more clear straight line to draw. Farming to irrigation. That makes a degree of sense. Okay, what else we got going on here? Well, Sterling is still whining about amenities. Again, there's nothing I can do about that right now, Sterling. Maybe when you're done with the science campus area, maybe we can get a theater square in or something along those lines to make you happier, although it's probably not going to do the trick. Edinburgh, what I'd actually like to do with you, see, because I'm not really spending my money on anything else, is get you another builder. Just to get some mines going, some more farms going. I just want to see if we can actually finish the pyramids before somebody else does. I have a very real fear that somebody else is going to snag the pyramids from us. And I'm not in love with the pyramids. I would like any wonder at this point because other civs are just grabbing them left and right. So build those mines. How does that kind of flesh things out here? Who's working on what? Okay, you are working on that mine. That's good. That is quite a bit of gold from the silver mine, but I'd rather have the production right now. So I'm going to lock in the woods, definitely. That's 3 production. And I'm going to lock in the mine. That's good for right now. I'm happy with that. Just to make sure people stay in the production tiles and don't wander off to the farm or something silly like that. Hi, welcome back, Poundmaker. You are sending me gifts of buffalo robes and pemmican. Super. I hope that's food, because Tamar gave me some weird dessert, and that's cool. So I'm hoping pemmican is some sort of food that could go with the thing that Tamar gave me. But yes, your delegation is most welcome. Most welcome. I have no problem with you, Poundmaker. You're diplomacy-based, and I like that. I'd prefer not to get in a fight with you. What could we do here? Well, let's get another farm going. Speaking of farming, we may as well get some more food going. More people in this city. That means the more people working on tiles and the more people building the pyramids. And we may as well slide you over here and make one more farm because we can't do anything with that tobacco because we don't know how to irrigate things, even though our knowledge of it has been boosted. Apparently, it hasn't been boosted enough for us to actually figure it out. You are darn close to completing that campus, which would be great. And we're about to finish Games and Recreation, which will give us the entertainment complex. Good. Amenities. Super. And what does that unlock? Insulae. +1 housing in all cities with at least 2 specialty districts. That's good. That's nice. The arena, obviously. The Colosseum, which is great. That would be a lot of amenities. I'm not throwing that off the table if we could get that built. If we could slap that down somewhere centrally located, because that will give amenities to each city center within 6 tiles. So, no, that's fine. I don't want to change policies. And I know you want me to build a government building. I know. We'll think about it. If I could get the Colosseum somewhere very centrally located, that's going to be tough, though. 1, 2, well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's going to be tough to even sneak over to Edinburgh with that. Edinburgh, rather. I was thinking if maybe we could plunk it down here, it might affect Cullen and Edinburgh, but it's probably not going to. But we're not throwing it off the table. Not at all. Production, who needs to be doing something? Sterling, you need to be doing something. You kind of need... I want you to get the library down, because we need as much science as we can get. But I think your best move is honestly going to be the entertainment complex, because you need amenities kind of badly. And where could we slap that? Anything that will get us a boost? No, not really. Why don't you just take up this little 2 food tile over here then? Yeah, take that up rather than 2 food and 1 production. I don't want to lose any production at this point. So why don't you build an entertainment complex over here? That will hopefully make you a little bit happy. Oh, and Cullen, you're done with something, aren't you? You're done with the government plaza. Right. Right. So now we could look at the audience chamber add-on, if you will, the addition to the government plaza. +1 amenity, +4 housing in cities with governance, -2 loyalty in cities without governors. That's not very good. Awards a government title. Okay. Or Ancestral Hall, 50% production towards settlers. New cities receive a free builder. That's no bad thing. 1 government title. That's not a bad thing at all. I mean, it's not as awesome bonuses as the audience chamber, but it doesn't have any negatives like the audience chamber does. And Warlord's Throne, probably not. Capturing an enemy city grants 20% bonus production. Yeah, we're not going to start a fight with anyone. I'm not saying we're not going to finish a fight, and I'm also not saying if somebody starts poking the bear, we're not going to poke back. But we're not going to actively go out and try and stomp on people. But we are going to be aggressively defensive. So there's that. That's my basic philosophy. It's got to be Audience Chamber or Ancestral Hall. And I believe we are going to start entering a period of even more rapid expansion. As we come to the end of this episode, that is the move that we're going to start to make. We are going to get up here. I want to get the Galapagos Islands. Right now, I'm mentally thinking I should start sending troops up there to clear out any potential barbarians. In fact, while I'm thinking of it, why don't you guys start heading up there? You and the archer, start heading up there and clear the way, if you will, for the next settler. And I think we're going to go Ancestral Hall. 50% increased production towards settlers. Super. New cities receive a free builder. Awesome. And unlocks a government title. Start building that. We get to send an envoy. Excellent. Where are we at with Non-Modal? We're fine with Non-Modal. We only have 3 envoys, but we're fine with them. I have a feeling Tamar's going to start to poke her nose into Non-Modal. And you guys want me to do what? Recruit a great prophet. Probably not going to happen, guys. Just not going to happen. Lisbon wants a trade route. That may happen. And Babylon wants a great writer. Don't hold your breath, guys. Lisbon is going to be trade-based. So 1 envoy, which is all I got right now, will give me +4 gold in the capital. That's very sound. Babylon will probably do exactly the same thing, but science, +2 science in the capital. Right now, I'm going to take the money. So, yeah, 1 there. Done. And governor title. What do we want to do? Do we want to appoint a new governor? Or do we want to promote the one we've got in Non-Modal? Chances are, well, what are your promotions? What can you do? Yeah, see, here's the thing, Amani. Your next promotion level with affluence, while established in a city-state, provides a copy of its luxury resources to you. And boy, do we need some luxuries. Yeah, boy, just back out of there, Amani. Non-Modal, what are your things? What are your luxury resources that you could potentially give me? I have no idea. And I don't know how to find out. There it is. Sorry, it was all the way at the bottom. I was reading down while I was trying to form a thought, and it's all the way down here. You have 1 crabs and 1 rice. That's not very good. So you don't actually really have luxury resources. Okay, well, you suck. You're still my speed bump, but you suck. You're my delightful speed bump. You know what? I'm going to have a think about this and address it in the next episode. When we pick up the next episode, we'll make that decision on what we're going to do with this governor point, and we are going to enter a period of, I believe, aggressive expansion, where we're going to start moving up here and claiming all this land up here for ourselves, especially the Galapagos Islands, because their science boost would be tremendous right now. But we'll deal with that next time. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time.